Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhéù. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.84.13. The chemicals comes from the earth. So everything in my body, they have come from these elements, these material elements, and I am identifying. This place is mine because this body is born out of these elements. That is going on as nationalism. Bhauma ijya-dhéù, Bhauma ijya-dhéù. They will not prefer worshipping Krishna. They will prefer worshipping that land from which this body has emanated. Bhauma ijya-dhéù. So Shastra says anyone who identifies this body as self, yasyatma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke. This body is made of three dhatus. Kapha, pitta, vayu. According to Ayurveda system, kapha means kapha, mucus and bile. Kapha, pitta, vayu. Yasyatma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu. And kinsman, my own person, sva-dhéù kalatradisu, wife and production from the wife children, or dynasty, family, community, sva-dhéù kalatradisu. Yasyatma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhéù. This is my birthplace. This is worshipable. Yat-tirtha-buddhih salile karhicij. And they go to the places, holy places of pilgrimage, tirtha-buddhih salile. Just like somebody goes to Haridwar, Vrindavana, they finish their tirtha taking so much trouble. Just like in Calcutta there is Ganges, but people will go to Haridwar for taking bath in the Ganges there. Why it is prescribed not for the Ganges? The Ganges is there already in Calcutta. But if you go to a holy place, you will find saintly person. That is required. But if you simply go to the holy places and take bath in the water and finish your business, no, that is not recommended. Tirtha, going to Tirtha means to find out a learned saintly person and take knowledge from him. That is Tirtha. Therefore it is said, yat-tirtha-buddhih salile karhicij janesv abhijnesu. Those who are expert in giving knowledge, we should associate. Satam prasangan mama veera samvido bhavanti hrit karna rasayanaha kataha. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.25.25. If you associate with saintly persons and hear from them Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic literatures, then hrit karna rasayanaha kata. It becomes appealing to the heart. Hrit and pleasing to the hearer. Hrit karna rasayanaha kata tat joshanat. And if you bring them into practical purposes, applying your life, then shraddha bhakti ratir anukramishati. Then gradually you will become faithful to the Supreme. Shraddha bhakti, you will develop your natural instincts of devotional service. Shraddha bhakti ratir, attachment. Anukramishati, one after another. This is the process. Unfortunately, we are not taking advantage of these prerogatives of human life. We are simply engaged like cats and dogs for utilizing our life, eating, sleeping, sex life and defense. Ahara nidra bhayamaitunam cha samanya etat pashubi naranam. These demands of the body, eating, sleeping, sex life and defense, that is there in the animal life. Then where is the difference between the animal life and human life? Unless you become inquisitive to know, atato brahma jignasa. Bhagavad Gita 13.6 through 7, Bombay, September 29, 1973. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke. The bondage of accepting this material body as myself and the extension of bodily relation is accepted as my kinsman. And the land in which the body is God, that land is supposed to be worshipable. These are analytical study of our material existence. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhéù. Bhauma ijya-dhéù. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.84.13. We have taken up the land as worshipable and the land of birth, which is, I mean to say, extended in the form of nationalism. This is material bondage. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke. The Bhagavata gives us direction. The person who has accepted this material body, which is composed of three elements. Three elements means earth, water and fire, which is in Ayurvedic language, it is called kapha, pitta, vayu. Now one who has accepted this material body as his self, and one who has accepted the extension of this material body, extension of this material body means the byproduct, the children and the wife with whom we have got this connection with this material body, and the relatives. You go on extending in that way. So Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhéù. Bhauma means the land. Ijya-dhéù means worshipable. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhéù yat-tirtha-buddhih salile. Of course, in your country there is no holy land of pilgrimage. In India are many holy lands of pilgrimage, just like Prayaga, Vrindavana, Gaya. You have also got in the water of Jordan. The Christian people, they go and they take their bath. Similarly, in India, the river Ganges and the Yamuna, Godavari, Kaveri, there are many rivers. So yat-tirtha-buddhih salile. Now somebody goes to holy land and takes bath only and comes back. Yat-tirtha, salile means water. One who has accepted the holy land of pilgrimage, the water only. Yat-tirtha-buddhih salile na karhicij janesv abhijnesu, but they have no interest with the persons who are actually experienced in spiritual consciousness of yourself. In the holy land, especially in India, you will find there are many sages and saints. They are living there and culturing spiritual knowledge, and if one should go there, if they are at all interested to go to holy land, they should find out such men, where they are sitting, what they are doing, and take advantage of it. But people do not do that. They go there, take bath in the water, purchase some playthings for the children and clothing, and come back. And they think that we have done a great thing, traveled in the holy land. Bhagavatam says that these men who have accepted this material body as self and the byproducts of this body as his own kinsman, and the water in the holy land as end of pilgrimage, but do not take consult with men of experience. So they are described as go-kharah. Go-kharah, such persons are designated as go-kharah. Go means cow and kara means ass. So such people have been described as go-kharah. That means without any intelligence. So such position, I mean to say, Arjuna did. I mean to say manifested. He manifested himself as one of us. Otherwise there was no possibility of speaking Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita 4.1 and review, New York, June 13, 1966. So when we actually realize what we are, brahmanubhuti, then our life is successful. Now we are identifying with this body. So long we are identifying with this body, we are no better than the cats and dogs. Whatever knowledge you may have, scientific knowledge, if you do not know yourself, then you are nothing but the animal. The animal does not know. Yasyätma-buddhih kunape tri-dhatuke. If somebody considers that this body, I am self, identifies, I am an Indian, I am an American, I am Brahmana, I am Kshatriya, I am man, I am woman, I am elephant, and so on. So this kind of identification is Yasyätma-buddhih kunape tri-dhatuke. Kunape means this is a bag made of kapha, pitta, vayu. Tri-dhatu, Yasyätma-buddhih kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhéù. And thinking that in bodily relationship I am thinking is my own man or relative. Yasyätma-buddhih kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu. Kalatra means because we have intimate relation with women and offspring, children born of her, so kalatradisu. And Bhauma ijya-dhéù, and the land as ijya. Ijya means worshipable. Nowadays it is very prominent. I heard that for land there was a fight in somewhere near, so that is going on. Nation to nation, community to community. So Bhauma ijya-dhéù, they are thinking this land is mine, the land of my birth is mine. We have seen there was fight between Hindu and Muslim during partition days. This is my Pakistan, this is my Hindustan. So Bhauma ijya-dhéù. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya- dhih yat-tirtha-buddhiù salile. Now we go to Tirthasthana, we go to Haridwar and Vrindavana and other nice holy places, and the Christians go to Jordan, so Jerusalem. So they take birth in the Jordan, take bath in the Jordan. So yat-tirtha-buddhiù salile. Salile means water. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke yat-tirtha-buddhiù salile na karhicij janesv abhijnesu. But we have no interest to understand his identification, spiritual identification from the acharya. Janesv abhijnesu. Abhijnesu means one who knows acharya. Tad-vijñānārtam sa-gurum-eva abhigacchēt. Mundakopanishad 1.2.12. This is a Vedic instruction. To understand your spiritual identity, you must find out a proper guru. Tad-vijñānārtam sa-gurum-eva abhigacchēt. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.25.17, Bombay, November 17, 1974. Lecture. Prabhupada. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sa eva go-kharah, that is animal. Dr. Patel, kunape is a dead body, kunape tri-dhatuke. Prabhupada, yes, it is dead. What is this body? It is already dead. Just like motor car, it is dead lump of matter. So long the driver is, it is moving. Similarly, the dead body is dead. So without understanding of spiritual identification, simply decorating this body means pranasya hi dehasya mandanam lokaranjanam. This is going on, lokaranjanam, just to captivate some foolish person that they are advanced in civilization. What is it? What is the advanced civilization? But we can understand this is civilization and dog. There is no difference. There is no difference. Morning walk, November 21, 1975, Bombay. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhih yat-tirtha-buddhiù salile na karhicij janesv abhijnesu sa eva go-kharah. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke. Anyone who has accepted this body as self and the bodily production or bodily relationship, wife, children, family, they are my own men. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu. Kalatra means wife, kalatradisu, adi means beginning. Because I am alone, as soon as I accept a wife, immediately there are children and children, then expansion. So kalatradisu, three means which expands. So kalatradisu, beginning from wife and other expansions, that is mine. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhih. Bhauma means the land of birth, that is ijya-dih, worshipable. People are giving life for the land wherein he is born, but he does not know that he is neither this land, nor this body, nor this wife, nor these children, nor this country, nor this society. He is spirit soul, aham brahmasmi. This is a realization of knowledge. When he comes to this knowledge, then he becomes happy. Brahmabhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati samah sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. When one comes to understand that, Bhagavad Gita 18.54, when one comes to understand that I am spirit soul, aham brahma, I am not this matter, so immediately he becomes jolly, prasannatma. And what is the sign of joyness? Na sochati, na kankshati. He has no more any anchoring, no more any lamentation within this world. Everyone is subjected to these categories of life. We are lamenting for the loss and we are hankering for some gain. But real gain is to understand oneself, what I am. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1.8-13, New York, July 24, 1971. Prabhupada. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhih yat-tirtha-buddhiù salile na karhicij janesv abhijnesu sa eva go-kharah. Go-kharah means go means cow and kara means ass. Those who are living life, the bodily concept of life, they are simply go-kharah, just like cows and asses. So at the present moment, it is a civilization of go-kharah. They may be proud, advanced, civilized man, but the Shastra say that you are all asses and cows, and we speak on the basis of Shastra. Don't be angry upon we're all cows and asses. Ashochan anvashocastvam prajnavadamscha bhasashe gatasun agatasumscha nanashochanti panditaha. You are talking like a very nice learned scholar, but no learned man talks like this. That means you are a fool, his friend. So he is talking very mildly that you are trying to talk like a learned scholar. But actually no learned scholars speak like this. That means you are a fool. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 10.84.13 it is stated, Yasyätma-buddhih kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhéù yat-tirtha-buddhih salile karhicij janesv abhijnesu go-kharah. A human being who identifies this body made of three elements with his self, who considers the byproducts of the body to be his kinsman, who considers the land of birth as worshipable, who goes to the place of pilgrimage simply to take a bath rather than meet men of transcendental knowledge, there is to be considered like an ass or cow. So Madhya Chirchakani Charitamrita Madhya Lila 16.281. So next is the first beginning of spiritual understanding is that I am not this body, I am soul. Within the body I am living. And after giving up this body I will have to accept another body. This is the beginning of knowledge. One who does not understand these plain primary principles of knowledge is animal. He is animal. It is not my manufactured word. It is stated in the Shastra that Yasyätma-buddhih kunape tri-dhatuke. Kunape means a bag. This body is a bag. What is this made of? Now it is made of flesh, bone, marrow and nerves and stool, urine and so many things, blood. So I am not this body, I am not this urine, I am not this stool. This is the composition of the body. But one is thinking I am this body, I am stool, I am urine, I am blood, I am flesh, I am this, I am that. So there are so many big scientists take these ingredients and make an intelligent man like Napoleon or Professor Einstein. The ingredients are there, but thinking that I am this blood, I am this flesh. So where is the scientist? If I am combination of these material things, blood, flesh, bone and urine, stool, you just dissect your body. What you will find? You will find there is blood, there is flesh, there is nerves, there is intestines, there is stool, there is that the ingredient of your so much intelligence? Who was telling that they are trying to make intelligent man in the scientific laboratory? Who was saying in the morning? Yes. So take these ingredients and make an intelligent man. Is it possible? Then how they will do it? They are thinking like that this blood, this flesh, this bone and this urine and the stool can be, by careful combination, they can produce a very intelligent man. That is their intelligence. So therefore Shastra says that Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke. If one is thinking this body is the man or the living entity, this body is nothing but combination of these things. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu. Just like dehapatya kalatra means wife, and thinking this body, I am this body, and thinking also that these my soldiers, these my wife, children and friends and nationals, they will save me. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya- dhih. And the land where he has taken birth, just like everyone is thinking, I am Frenchman, I am Englishman, I am Indian, I am this, I am that. So this is my land. I must decorate this land, this Paris city very nicely. I shall bring something from Egypt and put it here. These nonsense things are going on. Even big men like Napoleon and others. And what to speak of others? But Shastra says, Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya- dhih yat-tirtha-buddhih. And little advanced than these fools and rascals, they are religious. What is that religion? Let us go to the holy place. The Christians are going to Jordan and the Hindus are going to the Ganges or Yamuna. They think if I take my bath in this river Jordan or in this Ganges or in this Yamuna, then I became immediately perfect religious. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma. Yat-tirtha-buddhih salile. Salile means water. So they go to take bath in the water. Yat-tirtha-buddhih salile. Tirtha means place of sanctuary. So tirtha-buddhih, yat-tirtha-buddhih. Real tirtha is to find out a Krishna conscious person. That is the business. Yat-tirtha-buddhih salile na karhicij janesv abhijnesu janesv. Tirtha means in the holy places many saintly persons live. So if one goes to the holy place, they must find out a holy man who is living there and take lessons from him, and that is purification. Not that I go and take bath in the water and I become purified. So these classes of men who are doing like this, that I am this body and this birthplace is my worshipable land, yat-tirtha, my this wife and children, they are my protectors. In this way everyone is thinking, and whatever sinful activities I am doing, I shall take one bath in the Ganges or Yamuna or Jordan, then I will purify. In this way the people who are thinking, the Shastra says you are no better than the cow, ass and the cow. This is certificate, go-kharah. This class of thinking is simply for the animals. So we should not think like animals, so we should think like human beings. That is required. That thing is how to awaken my dormant love for God. That is required. That is human society. That is there already. It is not artificial. Now in this temple you are all citizens of Paris city. 4 or 5 years ago, no, you had no idea what is Krishna, but now you are dancing, chanting in Krishna. Why have I given you some bribe? So it is from Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.3, Paris, June 12, 1974. So this body is nothing but, this unwritten. So Yasyätma-buddhih kunape tri-dhatuke. Sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhéù. One who thinks this body is as himself, as self, and body relations sva-dhéù. They are my own, my brother, my father, my nation, my community, my society. So many things, my and I and my misconception of I as this body and misconception of my in relationship with the body. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhéù. Bhauma ijya-dhéù. Bhauma means Bhümi, means land. Ijya-dhéù, ijya means worshipable. So at the present moment it is very strong. The concept, the conceit that I am this body, I am American, and I am Indian, I am European, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Brahmana, I am Kshatriya, I am Çüdra, I am this, those, so many. This is very strong. And Bhauma ijya-dhéù, that because I am identifying to a certain type of body and where from the body has come out, the land is worshipable. That is nationalism. So Yasyätma-buddhih kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhéù. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.84.13. Yat-tirtha-buddhih salile and tirtha, place of pilgrimage. We take bath in the river like the Christians, they take bath in the Jordan river, or Hindus, they go to Haridwar, take bath in the Ganges or Vrindavana. They take bath, but they think that by taking bath in that water his job is finished. So no, actually the job is to go to such pilgrimage, holy places, to find out, experience spiritual advancement. To find out the experienced transcendentalist and takes lessons from him. That is really going to pilgrimage, not that simply going and take bath and business finish. No. Yasyätma-buddhiù kunape tri-dhatuke sva-dhéù kalatradisu Bhauma ijya-dhéù. Yat-tirtha-buddhih salile na karhicij janesv abhijnesu go-kharah. One who knows, we should approach persons who knows things very well. Abhijnesu, Krishna is abhijnesu, swarat. So similarly, Krishna's representative is also abhijnesu naturally. If one associates with Krishna, if one talks with Krishna, you must be very abhijnesu, very learned, because he takes lessons from Krishna. Therefore, Krishna's knowledge is perfect. Therefore, because he takes knowledge from Krishna, his knowledge is also perfect, abhijnesu. And Krishna talks. It is not that it is fictitious. No, Krishna, I have already said that Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart, and he talks with bona fide person. Just like a big man, he talks with some bona fide person. He don't waste his time talking with nonsense. He talks, that's a fact, but he does not talk with nonsense. He talks with a bona fide representative. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.6, New Vrindavan, September 5, 1972.